trying just about everything, and then you just find out how it works as well as a group and what everybody's strengths are, and just play into those. And tight ends did a really good job, I think, this offseason and during camp to really establish themselves in the run game. Dawson and Dalton doing a great job, and Alec comes in as a big man extra and dominates as well, so we got a good thing going.
What's it like blocking for a running back like James? He seems to have elevated his game this year, and he always seems so patient in terms of finding the hole or anything. What's it like blocking for a guy like James?
He's gotten better every year, and it's fun to see him grow, especially these last few weeks. Started in Miami the first time I played him, and now see him again. But I think we got a good running back room as a whole. Starts with Jimmy, and then you can plug in Ray or Ty at any time, and they can get you those chunk plays that you need when Jimmy's out, which is also beneficial because sometimes when your one back goes out, it's like, okay, now I got to start throwing the ball, or the run game doesn't go anywhere. So having those two other guys that can come in and keep the ball moving north is a big thing.
You said you've seen him grow. Where have you seen him grow? What areas?
I think just his patience, what you said, and then just his knowledge of the schematics of the offensive line and what we're trying to do. And we weren't meeting as a group early in the year, and then after a little bit of a rocky start there in the middle, the running backs came back in the room, and Cromer's up there explaining the run game to everybody, telling the running backs, this is what the O-line's doing, this is what your reads are, this is what you need the backers to flow over the top. So the running backs are taking hold of that, and it's awesome to see.
Sacks aren't necessarily an offensive line stat all the time, but they can be at times, and you guys are leading the league in fewest allowed. How much pride do you take in that? Obviously, Josh's escapability helps in that in some ways, but how much pride do you take in knowing that you're leading that category?
Yeah, we do. It's definitely a good stat to have. It's better than being last, that's for sure. I think we're sitting at 10, which I don't know what we ended with last year, but yeah, Josh and escape the pocket really well, knows when he's hot, and Cromer and Austin are just doing a good job with us. And protections, we do meetings, we come out here, we do protection walkthrough twice, 3 times a week, and everyone's on the same page. Connor does a good job miking it for us, and then after that, we're just picking up games and been working on that all practice. So everything's just working really well, and everybody's just taking to it.
The baseline rushing numbers are, I think, maybe 12th or something like that in the league, but you look at some of the more advanced statistics in terms of like rushing success rate and some of those numbers. I don't know how closely you look at those, but they would say that the running game has been even better than maybe the baseline numbers suggest. Do you feel like you're running the ball better this year, and when you need to be able to run it, you're doing that successfully?
I would agree with that, yeah, especially my first year and then the second year we're running the ball really well, and we're relying on the pass game. And now I'm run blocking a lot more than I was, and I was pass blocking a lot. But I just think it's just Cromer coming in and flipping the system open and showing us how to get things done. Our technique was way different from when he came here. It's just taken over, and it's really, really beneficial when you can run the ball at will on teams. We saw in that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. Tennessee Titans game, we came out and they were beating us up in the run game because we had a scheme that we thought was going to work, and it didn't. So then we just went back to what we do good, and then it took off from there. So there's going to be trials throughout every game, every weekend, and you just got to find which one works best for you and just stick with that and run the ball.
I know you guys get up for every game, but do the division games just feel like there's more juice?
100%. Every division game is a rival game. We see them twice a year. They know us. We know them. It's been that way probably since before I was born, right? So, the fans get into it. We expect Bills Mafia to go pretty crazy, and the division's pretty drastic, but anything can happen. I think they were up, 5 games last year, and then they lost it. So whatever the record is, just can't take them lightly, and it's a division game at home, so they got to win.
Thanks, Spencer.